Tasman. Okay, great. Let's get started. So obviously we've had an amazing month so far, and we're only like what, third week? Obviously with the Well Spa, continuing with the boost. So we want to talk a little bit about recruitment because obviously we all get so excited by sales and then sometimes forget the recruitment side of it, and it needs to go hand in hand. And it's okay sometimes to really have momentum with sales and push in because we all know that we want to turn all these sales into recruits anyway, but it's always having that in your mind. And it's something that I never slip on, regardless of sales and stuff. And it's taken 7 years to get to this point. But it's something that we need to always come back to and remember to do if we're wanting to build leverage in our businesses. So, I want to firstly congratulate Ria, who's on tonight's call, for an absolutely incredible month with Well Spas. I'll let Ria come on in a minute and confirm what she actually finished her Well Spa sales on. But another one went through today for her, so she's keeping that momentum going. She didn't have one, she now does have one because she bought one obviously in the sale. So she's going to keep that running. But Ria sold, I'll let her talk a little bit about this, and it's something that I talk a lot about with my team, and it's ADRs and membership accounts. Now, we're not here to tell you which way to do your business. We're just going to tell you what we do and what works, and then you can go with that. And something that I always do is sell everything at full price. So if they're purchasing from me, they get it at full price. That's my profit. If they're going to set a membership account up, they get, or an account up, an ADR, they get membership. So that is how I get so many people onto membership, is by saying to them, you will lock in this 25% discount and you're getting the points back as a bonus. If you don't have a lot of ADRs and you're just trying to sell them while you're getting points back, which is amazing, then maybe you need to kind of look at that. So I see it as my building blocks. And if I'm saying to someone, you're getting 25% off and then up to 20% back in points, that's 45% difference, and it puts people onto the ADR system. Something I've been talking to Rhea about recently is really spending that time with them, going through how to set them up, how to edit it, how to change it. And someone bought, I'll let Rhea go into this, a well spa, but also added it on a boost because they logged in and were like, wow, look at the price of that boost. And we're seeing that. And then Rhea's had this realization of, which we all do at some point, me and Tasmin bang on about it to you, and then actually, oh, wow, this actually does work. So I'll let her share a little bit more about it. But she sold a lot of her well spas at membership pricing, but has seen with this new compensation plan how much money she's made just from the bonus from hitting above that 2,500. So my goal every single month, and it's a push for me, but I've built up with AGRs, which helps, is to do the 2,500, because the difference that makes to how much money you earn going to the 8 and the 12% referring is absolutely unbelievable. Ria's in early stages of building a team, so this was mainly on selling percentages going up to 8%. And it's hard to say what you're going to earn. So me and Tasmin often share like your retail profit, but it's hard to tell you how much extra you're going to get depending on how much you sell. Ria's incredibly done like 3,500 DCSV, which is absolutely insane. But the money that she's made just from that, no retail profit, putting people on memberships accounts is absolutely incredible. And now she's got people on accounts that then she can go forward with the points. So I'm going to get Ria to come on and just talk for a couple of minutes briefly about her success this month.
Hi everyone. So yeah, everything Liz said, yeah, that's true. I literally never had anybody on a member's account either. The only people that was on a member's account are the people that had in ADR. And I always managed them. They always didn't want to manage it themselves. They wanted me to manage it. So it was so hard, like going back and forth all the time. These are the prices. So when it came to the sale, I thought I'm just going to do it at members price, and I thought I'm not really going to make much money on this. So when I saw my money come in yesterday, I was like, oh my God, why have I never had anybody on a members account before? Because it was just incredible. I ended up selling, I don't know if it was 13 or 14 well spas. and I did sell them at the members price. And probably if I would have sold them for not the members price, I probably wouldn't have sold as many as them, maybe. Obviously we're only in 48 hours and I didn't have a well spa myself, so it was really trying to push for them 48 hours to try and get them sold. So it ended up, at first I was thinking I'm not going to make much money on this, and it ended up coming out as, so I made £30 per well spa. So that was literally no retail profit or anything. That was just literally from the building blocks and the selling bonus. So you think about it, like £30 and you're selling 14, and that was just literally in 48 hours. So my aim now is literally just to focus on the well spa. I've got it myself. Just keep using it, even if I could just sell 2 a week. Yeah, that, and then that'd get my building blocks as well. And then once you're over the 2,500 points, you're just making more profit and the percentage goes up. So yeah, it's definitely opened my eyes. And yeah, like Liz said as well, the lady, when she logged on, she bought the well spa and the boost, and she didn't even tell me. I just gone on to like look at her orders and stuff to see if it had all gone through. And I'm like, oh, you bought the boost as well. She's like, oh yeah, I logged on and just saw like the amazing price it was, because it's gone down to £130 at the moment, and it's so like, oh right, okay then. And then a lady today, she ended up having a mess about with the PayPal. So she didn't end up getting it in the sale price. So we've been back and forth like messaging, and she's ended up buying it for the full price on members account. And I've signed her up as an ADR as well. So like my focus now is try and get them on a members account with a well spa, and then they can keep coming back with the ADRs, and hopefully I can get my points that way. Because as well, I've not got any recruits under me. So we know how hard it is to get those like points. Like I've been brand rep before, and trying to keep at the 2,000 points on your own, it's graft. It's hard work. So I just think if people have got a members account, getting them points in, there's just orders coming in. Your points are building up without you even to do any work. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, main focus now is the well spa, definitely.
Amazing, thank you. And it's not saying to people like go and sell everything at bottom price because you're going to get your points. That's not what we're saying whatsoever. Like everything that is put through is at full price. If someone's a Loom Bar, they get a link, it's full price. That's your profit. That stays your profit. But if you want to move someone over to a membership account, your points are going to build so quickly. So I have, and it should be like this going circle. I have these new customers coming in all the time. I'm selling to and I'm making that profit. And that's what it should continually be. You should always be bringing new people in that you are getting that profit from. But once you've got those customers, then start converting them to not just buying collagen or volume spa, to getting them onto that ADR system, because you're not then working or doing anything. Like Ria said, she bought a boost, didn't sell that boost. Like they will go on and buy the top ups, and you want to keep that customer care and speaking to them and chatting to them, relationship building, but you're not really having to sell anything. They're just, if you teach them straight away how to use it, spend that bit of time with them, they will go on. And I go on now, and like I say, my goal is 2,500. But like Ria says, if you've got members, I go into my back office and my numbers are just going up all the time, like on a daily basis. I'm not selling stuff. Them numbers just go up because people are putting orders on. And the more membership accounts you've got, that's going to keep going up and going up. So, and like Ria says, the higher you're on, the higher you get paid. And then when I do sell a Loom Spa, if I'm at 2,500, I'm making that retail profit anyway of all these new customers at a higher percentage. So it's just thinking more business minded. Yes, we want the profit, but it's like a two-stream thing, like get your profit and also get people onto the account once you've got them as customers. And I've just put the sheet up here so you can see the difference from kind of 4% to 8%. It does make a big difference. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that, Ria. If you don't mind going to the next slide, Tasman. Okay, can we play this? Let's see. Tasman, you might have to mute you. Sorry. Maybe.
Can you not hear it?
No. It might be because you're muted.
Hold on.
Element of
Can you
success
hear
with
it now?
attraction marketing. You want to make money using social media, but you're not. This is the reason why. So many people, they want attraction marketing to work for them. But it takes a lot of time until you reach the moment of success with attraction marketing. So in the meantime, you need to be doing action inside the messenger until you come across what we call the tipping point. This point is where you get more results from the content that you create than you reaching out to people. So if you're not getting the success that you really want on social media, start spending more time in the messenger than creating content, and you're going to win as a result.
Do you want to go through this, Tasman?
Yeah, definitely. So me and Liz sent this to each other when Fraser uploaded this. And I think this is kind of like a balance that I think people struggle with. We obviously know that we want to be authentic, we want to be having attractive profiles, but at the same time, you have to be willing to do the work in the inbox to enable for you to grow that attraction marketing, which is why we say the success strips are so important, because that essentially is a free way to market ourselves and our business alongside obviously all the action we have to do to get on the trip. So this is actually captioned from what Fraser said, so I'm going to read through it. So attraction marketing is creating content consistently over time in hope we attract our ideal customers or our team. So every single time we're making reels, whether that be like me, having a third has really humbled me, made me slow down. I'm hoping to attract people that are within that stage in their life like I am. But this path can take months, if not years. So me and Liz have been growing our social medias for the last 7 years since we started New Skin. So I'm going to share something at the end, but it's not by accident that our numbers are higher because we've just been doing it for a little bit longer. So most people will mess this all up by just posting without a plan and no intent of what you're posting, hoping things will work out. And the second way is action. So this is where you are having conversations with people that you know and you are getting to know online. So if you at any stage feel weird and spammy, you are doing it incorrectly. When we talk about cold messaging and things like that, you are doing it incorrectly if you feel that icky stage. If you follow the right steps that me and Liz are going to share this evening, and obviously through previous trainings, and this isn't going to be new stuff that you're hearing, you will move the board forward. So he was explaining that the tipping point within this is that when you get more results from the content that you're making compared to the conversations you're having, that's when you then essentially kind of have a business like Gretchen and Amanda Carr. So we just have to stop looking at people like that and hoping that when we listen to their trainings, they say they don't need to recruit people. Me and Liz are still actively cold messaging, warm messaging, reaching out to people every single day because we aren't at that tipping point yet. And we've been doing it for 7 years, and sometimes it can happen a lot quicker. So it just means the more conversations you're having, the quicker all of this will happen. So if you aren't following Fraser Brooks, follow him. He always does free videos on YouTube. I've done coaching with him for 2 years in a row before. I invested over £2,000 every single year to be coached by him because he is a social media expert. So just make sure you are following him, because on a day that you're feeling a bit stuck, me and Liz saw this reel and we're just like, this is brilliant, because this is exactly what we need to know and what our team needs to know moving forward. So, Liz, I'll pass this back to you.
So, firstly, I'm going to go through some bits, and this business, I always say there's no right or wrong way to do it. And I've come back to what I said earlier, but you have to find something that makes you feel comfortable and you enjoy doing and you've got the energy off. Because if you're doing something and you really, really hate it, then it's probably not for you. That said, sometimes you have to do things that make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. If you do it for a while and you still feel uncomfortable and it doesn't give you great energy and it gives you the ick and makes you feel rubbish, don't continue it. But there will be certain things in this business when you look at it and where's your business growing, where's it not, that you're probably not doing, and it's because you don't do it. Like me and Tasman sent a reel to each someone, what was it the other day? Something about look at your business and what you're not doing and why your business is not growing. About one thing you're not doing, you just got to go and do it. Because we all know there is something in our business that we're probably not doing because we're avoiding it because it scares the life out of us, or we make excuses and say, oh, I don't want to do that because that doesn't make me feel good. But actually, it doesn't make you feel good because it makes you feel nervous because you've not done it and it's putting you outside your comfort zone. So it's looking at whether you don't want to do it because you feel like it gives you the ick or you don't enjoy doing it, or you don't do it because it's actually deep down making you feel nervous. Sometimes we just have to push yourself outside his comfort zone, try it. I mean, I remember sending a very first message and I was like, oh, it's not for me. I don't want to message people. That makes me feel awful and what they're going to think about me. Now, actually, I don't mind sending messages and I can send lots of messages every day. I thought that was making me feel ick, but it's just because I'd never done it before. I'd never done it before, so it made me feel nervous and it made me feel uncomfortable and I was overthinking the situation. But the more I did it, I stopped overthinking it. I realized actually people were really nice and responding and people were joining my team. And now I love doing it. Absolutely love doing it. So yes, find a way that works for you, but also just be a little aware. Some of the feelings may just be because it's something you haven't done. It makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. So you do need to speak to people every single day about this business, whether it's online, warm or cold. Like that is a fact. Like if speaking to people makes you feel uncomfortable, you need to get outside your comfort zone. Find a way that you like doing, whether it be cold, warm. You might like going to coffee shops, speaking to people. You might like doing a weekly product showcase and inviting people, and on the end doing a little speech about the business. But you do need to be speaking to people about this business, or if you want to grow a team and you want to have leverage. If you just want to have sales and you want to keep selling, that's fine, that's great. But if you are on this call, you're probably wanting to grow a bigger business and have leverage and a team. You're not going to get a team by not speaking to people. Going back to what Tasman's just shared, attraction marketing is great, but you need to be doing both. People need to see what you're doing, what the team's doing, what the business is doing for you, but they're not just going to come to you from that. If you reach out to them and ask them, then they'll probably be like, oh, actually, yeah, I did see what you've shared. I have been watching you, but they're not going to have the courage to come forward to you. You need to be in their inbox. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so something that Emma Carpenter talks about all the time is to think, recruit local, and grow globally. So it doesn't mean that you can't reach out to people further afield, but if you just kind of think about people that are around you and you can create a community, be part of a movement, create this excitement. So you'll notice, like a lot of my team, we meet up every Friday, we have a social, they're a team. Now they're our team further afield because naturally it has grown because I signed someone up and their sister lives down in London and they know someone who lives X, Y, and Z and they know someone in Australia and it naturally grows. But I'm recruiting on the ground here where I am, where I know. If you try, it's the same thing about trying recruit everyone, try and get every single person to want the Loomis bar, whether they're old, young, spotty, great skin, like you don't tap into anyone. So if you're trying to reach out to every single network and market, then you're going to struggle. So just I focus with who I am around me and know that it's naturally going to reach out and go more globally. Ways to do that. So hold local events. So it should be something we do all the time, but we should have a online, offline approach. And it is different for us all. Like some of us are mums, some of us struggle to get out more, but still make a conscious effort. Like me and the team will hold. We have a local business briefing that we're doing on a monthly basis. So we invite customers to that as well. So we're doing a product showcase there and a business briefing. You'll see me and the team every Friday meet up, but that is also an invite to prospects. So we have our social and we have our training, but we invite prospects to come along and just have a coffee and to get to know the team. People need money right now. People are looking for skincare and always will be in wellness, but people really, really want to be a part of something. They want to feel connected. They want to feel part of a team. They want to feel special and be part of what we've got. And if you reach out to people across all our teams, one of the reasons to stay is because of us guys, like how amazing it is, like what a great community we've got and how incredible it is. So create that. And you can't always do that if you are trying to do it globally. Do it small. It will naturally grow anyway. And if you're doing it small, you can meet people face to face, you can get them started, help them get started, meet up with them, take the products. So I do a lot of reach out to salons and beauticians, and I go out and I then take the products and go and demonstrate them on them. And now when I speak to people further afield, I can't do that. I'm getting them onto calls. It's great, but every single person I've gone and taken the products to has signed up because it's just something so different when you've got the products there in front of them, demonstrating them, using them on them. People connect with you, they feel the energy, they see you, and it's just a complete different feeling. And you can do that when you're doing it more locally. And product showcases, which was spoken about. And always drip feeding the business after asking directly. So something you need to think about is most people will say no. Like, don't feel upset by it. Like, it's great when we say yes and you do go, but a lot of people will say no. But recruiting isn't always just that direct ask. And we talked about attraction marketing, but you need to be constantly drip feeding this business to your customers, to people, to prospects. So that's where attraction marketing does come in. You've asked them, they've said no. Now keep showing them what you're doing. This community you're creating, meeting up, taking the products, new customers, new sale, or welcome to a WellSpa family. All this kind of thing to show how your business is doing really well, and make them want to join. So the recruitment is both sides of it. We need to do the ask, but if they say no, how are you going to convert them? Yes, we're going to follow up, but in between that follow up, what have you done from the ask to the follow up to make them want to change their minds? Can we go to the next slide, please? So, warm and cold. So we talk about it all the time. Me and Tasmin were both a cold ask, and we wouldn't be in this business if some random person doesn't ask us about the business, which we were. Doesn't mean that you can't do both. And again, do what you feel comfortable with. There's no right or wrong. You may choose warm, you may choose cold, you may do what I do, and it's a bit of both. We should all be speaking to customers, like they make the best recruits. The more sales, the more customers. Like, you need to speak to every customer about the business, and you need to be making sure, as I've said, a lot of people say no. You do the action in between. You show up on your social media, you show the business for success, more customers coming in, and you're doing the follow up. You should be speaking to all your family members, all your friends. Everybody should have a contact list. And I know at the beginning you write it. Have you forgot about it? Have you put it away? Have you come back to it? Are you using it? Everybody should be using a contact list, and you should all be keeping it up to date. We all meet new people. We all have new people come onto our social media, new people that we think of. That contact list should be your Bible, and you should continually be adding to it. And reach out to your followers. So people are looking at ways of reaching out to people that's warm. If you don't want to do the cold, you still need to making sure that you're having at least 3 conversations. And that's not asks, that's conversations every single day if you want to build this business. So unless you have got 100 customers a week, you're probably not having 3 conversations every single day. So you need to find different ways to reach out to people that's warm, to have those 3. Yes, give me more information. Yes, I'd like to jump on a call. Tell me more, Leslie. Conversations. So reach out to your followers. They're warm people. They're people that watch your stories all the time and engage with you. Have a day a week. Put yourself down on a Friday or a day when you've got an hour that you go through your followers and you reach out to them. And once you put a business story on, maybe have a Thursday night, every Thursday night you put a business story on. So on the Friday morning, you can go in there because you've got an hour free and message them all. Thank you so much, Danielle. I really appreciate you. I know you always watch my stories. I really appreciate your support. It means so much to me. I know I shared that story last night about the business. If you would ever want any information, I would love to share more with you. You would be amazing. That's a warm. That's not cold. That's warm. That's somebody it's somebody who's watching your stories, and it's a warm ask. So these things we need to make sure that we're doing. Make it easy for yourselves. Make sure that you don't get to Friday morning, you're like, what am I going to ask? What am I going to say to this person? Make sure on the night before you put a business post on, make it happen and do it once a week. There are lots of ways to reach out to people that are warm. But on a side note, cold ask. So I know that we have to speak to a lot of people to get them to say yes, and it takes time, and that's fine. And it's just what the business is, speaking to people, and eventually they'll come around and a lot will say yes. But to grow the business at the speed I want to grow and what I want to do, then I just need to speak to more people. I need to get more customers. I need to sell more product. Like, we know what we need to do. So I'm going to go through some things that have been working really, really well for me. And I'm going to share some of those. So let me move all your faces out of the way. So in the boards app, there are lots of reach out messages. They are templates that you can tweak and you can use. But I have between 6 and 8 conversations every single day on my social media from cold reach outs. Because I have those conversations, that gives me the confidence to go and do more the next day. Because people aren't saying to me, oh, F off, Liz, you've just sent me a call message. I don't know who you are. Who are you? I'm having such positive conversations and such lovely conversations with so many nice people that I'm like, wow, do I not do this? But what I've realized is who am I reaching out to? So as I've said, you don't want to reach out to everybody. My network is a lot of mums and it's great and I'm reaching out and finding more people, but actually I want people that are professional, that are business minded, that are wanting to build a business. I don't want people that come in that there will be some people like I just came in as a mom, wanted to make some extra money, but a lot of people don't realize that it does take some hard work and it takes time and consistency. You can't come in and do the business for 6 months and hope to be a team elite and earning £100 a month. So you have to put some work into it. So the people that I want are driven people who are perhaps been in business or got business and understand and be business entrepreneur minded. So I am reaching out to people that have salons. And like I said, I've been going out face to face. I've been sending cold ass and then going out to the salons, taking my products. People that do nails, people that do brows, lashes, anything that's kind of in that field, because they're sat speaking to people every single day in the chair. And whether, all right, they might not do facials, but if I go to my nail tech and she starts telling me about a beauty product she's using, I'm more interested and I trust her a little bit more because I'm like, and it's daft because she does nails, but someone else who doesn't in the beauty field sees her being in the beauty field. And they're business minded. They've already got a business themselves. So, oh, I best crack on and speak. I didn't realize I've been talking so long. Sorry. So these are all in the boards. And these are just people coming back, basically. You'll see some of the messages. You can tweak them, make them sound exactly one. I usually look like the one to this girl. The first one, she's just signed up. So I saw she was in Frome. So I just edited and said, I've actually got family in Frome too. Such a gorgeous place. Like, make it seem like you know who we are. Just have a quick nosy at the page. I haven't put the names on here, but I usually do. I can find the name, add the names on. But you'll see as well, I very quickly try and get them on a call. Very quickly. I don't want it to drift out to message, message, message. I try and get them on a call. She sent me a number, had a call with her. This first girl got on a call with her straight away. She bought the lash and brow serum. She sold one on the first night, and now she's looking at the skincare. So it's so much easier. And I make sure the calls are like 15 minutes. How to find people on there. Because people say, I haven't got time to send lots and lots of messages to people and people in the field. It takes no time. Like for me, this is the most important thing. When I went on holiday, all my posts were prepped, everything was in my group prepped. The only thing I knew how to do was keep up my stories, which I do anyway. And this was the most important thing. Because if I'm not bringing people into a business, I'm not making money, I'm not helping people, making other people help money. So this is the very most important thing. So in my pocket of time on holiday, when Albie was napping, I was walking him, I was doing this and reaching out to people. It's so quick and easy. You go into your search bar, you search whatever you're going to do. Lashes, Rotherham, which is where I live. Lashes, South Yorkshire. Lashes, Sheffield. Wherever I am, I'm tapping into. Same with makeup. There's a message for makeup artists. Brows, nails. You search it, it comes up with a load of people on here. Go through them, find them. It doesn't even always bring up people that are lashes, but it'll bring up people in that area. So she does aesthetics. Actually, that's what I'm looking for as well. Click on the page, have a look, and you'll find people to message. Really, really easy. Other ways of doing it, which I find work really well, are going into, you'll find academies, you'll find these are academies, beauty education courses. Go in there, go into their followers. And most people that follows them will be someone that's doing lashes or brows or whatever field that they're training in. And you can go through their followers and there'll be hundreds and hundreds of people that you can look on their profiles that are doing nails, beauty, whatever it may be. So, so easy to find these people on social media. We have literally been given all these contacts. And another thing, find a page that's really good. She's got 8,000 followers. You'll usually find if you go into her followers, she's got loads of people following her that are doing the same thing. So Danielle's amazing at skin. She'll have people following her that are in that field that watch Danielle to see what she's doing. Not saying go onto Danielle's page using Danielle as an example, but go and find the followers. And again, underneath it says suggested for you. It actually on a lot of people's pages gives you people who have got similar pages that are popular in that area. It is literally being given to us. So someone says I haven't got time to find these people and message them. It is so easy if you're looking in the right places. I'm really sorry, I really talked over. I'll pass over to you, Tasman, and be quiet.
So last week, Liz actually spoke that long that I didn't say any of my slides.
I need to let Tasman go first.
So I'm literally going to run through this really quickly.
Sorry.
It's not very long. So we wanted to also cover like how do you handle common objections? And me and Danielle were kind of having a conversation about this because sometimes that we can personally feel it's an attack against us, but it's you have to have the unwavering belief in yourself and this business to enable you to run through common objections, which in any case in any industry will have similar things like this. So I'm just going to really go through these briefly. We've all heard of them. If you're reaching out, cold, warm, luke, whatever it is. So people will say to you, I'm not interested in your business. It's a pyramid scheme. It's not for me. I don't have the time. My friend did new skin and I'm not interested. I researched the company and the products are too expensive. So raise your hands if any of you have ever received one of these messages. So you can see that me 7 years in, Danielle 7 years in, Emma Carpenter that's been in the business for 11 years has all had common objections like this. But the difference is not being hung on it. It is nothing personal. It's nothing against you. It's a lack of understanding on their behalf, and it's down to us to enable them to understand why we believe what we believe. So I'm not going to go into this again. Fraser Brooks also obviously goes through things like this. And he just literally says many people call network marketing a pyramid scheme, and their definition is when people at the top make all the money. And sometimes I always say to my team that like go back to people and say, sorry you feel that way. Do you know what do you know what a pyramid scheme? People don't know what they are. It's just something that they've heard from someone else and someone else, and they just, think they think what they know it is. There's a lot of money to be made at the top, but there's a lot of money also to be made at the bottom, and there can be thousands of people earning life-changing money from that situation. As long as your product provides value to the end user, it is not a pyramid scheme, but it will be a pyramid scheme hierarchy, and every organization has that. And we use the NHS, for example. The NHS has a banding system. The higher the band, the more money you make. That is no different from new skin. Okay, so this is something that me and Liz can kind of follow on a lot later on because obviously I only have 4 minutes to go through the rest of the bits. But common objections is something that you can read books by, plugging into the trainings and things like this. But typically, like, if you are seasoned and things like that, it's the feel, felt, found. I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but this is what I found. So if you personally feel that you're having more of these common objections than actually having positive interactions, it is your posture and you need to sort your posture out because me now, 7 years in, I rarely get common objections because it's my confidence and it's my unwavering belief that I send through that message to not get back. And people that do come back with messages like this are just uneducated and a lot of the time have done me a favor because I wouldn't want them in my business anyway. So just to really run through, obviously we have our event on this 13th and 14th of September. So if you have fallen asleep and you've forgotten about this, have a goal of how many people you're going to invite. And these conversations that we're saying about reaching out to people every single day, this has to be your focus. And again, that you can go onto the OTG UK page and find local events nearby you and make sure between now and September that you have committed yourself to either attend one local event. Leslie, you're really good at that in where you are. You go consistently every single month, which is amazing. And just have a goal between now and September, how many people that you want to bring to this event. And just one thing, I'm going to really run through this. But over the last 2 weeks, my profile has had more than 500,000 views. And this is thanks to Chat GPT and my busy life of having Chat GPT create this. So I'll send this over on WhatsApp in a minute if you are on Instagram and things like that. But I literally asked Chat GPT to summarize my mum of three, newly newborn, homeschooling, wanting to prioritize wellness and exercise and eat clean to give me a content planner for the next week. I'll send this over so you can have a look, but it literally planned my entire week of what to post, what to share, what reels to do, content goals, wellness goals, business goals. And in the last like less than 2 weeks, I've grown 130 new followers, 500,000 views on my profile, which is 37,000, like 36,500 accounts that I have reached by doing this. Okay. So I've also been playing around with it which I'll send in WhatsApp and stuff so I can elaborate on this. But if you're not using Chat GPT and you are busy, you are missing a trick. Like you literally don't need to plan or prep anything. And if you struggle with things like that, the more you tell Chat GPT, the more it can help you with that. And you can see here,
Tasman,
like over the last couple of days, my reels have never had such high views. And it's
Tasman,
because
can
I'm doing
we
them.
it would be really, really good if we could do, if you don't mind, because I'm just really aware of the time. Either we come back on, or would you do a whole thing on this next week? Because I know
Yeah, of
people are going to have
course.
lots of questions
Yeah.
about what to ask and things like that, and the success that you've had with this. And I know me and Danielle have talked about ChatGPT, but with replies and stuff. So I think it'd be really good to have a whole, if everyone's happy to, because I don't want you to rush this, because I think it's really, really amazing. And I'm really sorry I've spoken too much, but I feel like I don't need to rush this. People need to hear. And I know like Rebecca's asked what you've asked and things like that. So I think if we could go into a lot more detail, if you don't mind running a session,
But yeah, I
that'd
will
be
do that next
appreciated.
week. But I'm
Thank
literally
you.
conscious I've got less than 60 seconds. But in the space of 2 weeks, I've had three people reach out to me, all for PR visits. And again, like I'm just a normal somebody, but this is going to enable me to grow my following now because that I then am going to be featured and shared on their profiles. So we will absolutely jump on another call with this because it's going to completely run out of time. If anybody wants to have a one-to-one and to go through